Well, that was an awful piece of footage there.
Yeah.
Kindly supplied by Steve Cutler. Really shouldn't have to see that sort of thing, should we? Those places shouldn't exist. But anyway, we'll go on to a lighter note this week.
Yeah.
So, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
Nothing. You went to Viva.
We did, yeah. So I done another Viva outreach.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done the Dairy is Scary campaign, which
Yes.
is really nice.
Yeah.
And we had some really nice and lovely people stop and speak to us again, which was nice. And I gave out some nice free samples of the cheese and
All right, yeah.
some lovely children come and sort of took some jammy dodgers because a lot of people were quite pleasantly surprised to see that they're
Vegan.
vegan, yeah.
You can get gluten-free ones.
Oh, can you?
Which is good, yeah. But, well, that was good. So
Yeah.
you're pretty busy there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do enjoy doing the Viva.
yeah. I enjoy it. I'm just sorry I missed it this week. But, yeah. Can we just turn you around and show everybody your hair? Look at this fishtail. That's it. Fishtail plait. That's a true hairdresser, isn't it?
This would be a better view of me. Just talk to me like this.
Yeah. No. No. Your hair looks lovely. Looks nice like that. I like the
thank
blondes
you.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, well, as you know, I went to Cornwall with your dad, with Jason, for a very, very special reason. Well, we didn't go to Cornwall. We went to Cornwall on holiday for a bit of a holiday, just a few days break. But we happened to see somebody down in Taunton.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you have some exciting news for us who are gluten-free.
Oh, yes, about the Barri App. So
Yes.
it's BARRI. So it's an app you can get on your app store. And so what it is, it's an app that's tailored to sort of for you, really. So you put in your dietary requirements. So if you're vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan, if you've got any intolerances, you know, like us with gluten, nuts, lactose, eggs, peanuts. So you put in all your dietary requirements, and then what you can do, so there's different recipes on there that you can follow, but also when you're out and about shopping, you can get a product, scan it, scan the barcode, and it'll come up to say whether it's safe enough to use.
Oh, that's good.
And even if you haven't got a product that's not on their system, take a couple of photos of it. Take a photo of the front and then also take a photo of the ingredients. They need to, and the app is so clever because it will take that list of ingredients, scan them, and it will get back to you within a few seconds to see if you can use that or not. So even if it's not on their
that's
database.
kind of good. But it's actually aimed at vegans, is it?
Anyone that's got a dietary requirement.
So is it meat eaters as well?
From what I see, it was mainly vegetarians, pescatarians, and vegans.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I'll give that a try out because it'd save all that stopping in the supermarket and scanning the ingredients because you can't always understand the ingredients, can you? As we see the other day, I can't remember what it was, but
and it was,
we looked up something and it was vitamin C, but it was under a different name, which is a bit daft.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you go. So we went to Cornwall and we went to the Eden Project, which was really good. I'll just talk quickly about that. You can see the pictures on screen now of what it's like. You've got, I don't want to give too much away, but it's well worth going there.
Yeah.
They've got two big biomes, which are basically two big greenhouses, and one of them's like the bigger one is rainforest sort of setting, and the other one's got all plants from the Mediterranean, and it's really well worth going there.
Yeah.
Especially for the cafe. The cafe is pretty much all vegan. There's one or two things that are vegetarian. But the rest of it is vegan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and it's not expensive either. So it's well worth going there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But the other place we went to meet as you know, upcoming in this episode is an interview with Paul Youde, the 87-year-old, who's nearly 88, ultramarathon runner, although he walks them now, but due to after an accident. But yeah, the interview's coming up with him, but we actually met him in his hometown of Taunton.
Yeah.
And at this park, they had a vegan cafe called the Coffee Station. It's at Viva Park, and it's a completely vegan cafe.
Oh, okay.
So they serve some nice food, as you can see on the screen now. Yeah, it was really, really nice. So
yeah, it's such a shame that I wasn't able to be
I know,
there.
I really wish you could have been there, because I think
Yeah.
you'd have loved the Eden Project. I think you'd have liked that cafe and the park. I can see you pushing JJ around that park. Such a lovely park.
Yeah.
But also meeting Paul Youde.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did actually ask about you. He was expecting to meet you, actually.
Oh, hello,
So,
Paul.
yeah, so it's a bit of a shame. Hopefully you'll meet him soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we better let the viewers see the interview.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Thank you,
So,
Linda. Thank
and
you.
I know you've done this before. You're a superstar. So, if anything, I'm more nervous. Like I say, to me, it's like talking to David Bowie or somebody. Yeah, real
I
icon.
liken him to Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Yes.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, yes.
And then we can see a blue event.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the question that we always ask, the first question, and I know you've covered this on your lovely film, your very inspirational film, More Like Paul, is why you went vegan.
Okay, well, I gave up meat to avoid mad cow disease back in the early 2000s. I thought I could give up meat, and it was an easy, I didn't find it difficult at all. Although I've been a big meat eater, I was a really solid meat eater. But I gave it up to avoid catching BSE. So, and then for some reason, and I can only work it out that I became more empathetic. I started looking at the dairy industry, and slowly gave up cow's cheese, goat's cheese, sheep's cheese, and eventually eggs as well. And I just gave it all up and became vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took about 2 years for all the blinkers to come off. And yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit like myself, though. It took me about 3 times to go vegan.
Yeah.
I think it was the cheese. Cheese was one of them.
Yeah.
So, and I know with Jason, it was cheese with him. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But it took you about 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I became vegan, my arthritis disappeared. I tried to run in my 40s, but my knees were too sore. I gave it up. And around about the 2000s, my my fingers started to twist and get all mangled and that. And it was really painful to shake hands, change gear. Everything was painful.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went vegan, all the pain disappeared. The arthritis went.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
It
amazing.
took a couple of months. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I became pain-free. But I didn't think about running again until I was chasing my grandson just before COVID. And I thought, hang on, my knees are not hurting. And then lockdown came, so I thought I want to come out of it with a new skill, like a lot of us did. And I did it. I thought I'll try running. So I did a 20-yard track in my back garden and ran around that for 6 months.
Right.
And then I discovered ultramarathons, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the longest marathon you've done?
The longest is 106k around the Isle of Wight
Really?
over 2 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would do that again if, but the logistics, it's difficult with the ferries and all the rest of it, but it's a lovely part of the world. I thoroughly recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Isle of Wight.
Yeah,
It's a
the
nice
people.
area.
They say the people are very friendly, and they are. They really are.
Yeah.
It's not just a story.
Yeah. Do you go up and down the country?
Well, I've been to the Isle of Wight. I've done the Thames a couple of times. I've done the Jurassic Coast. I've done the Southwest. The first one I ever did was the Southwest, coast to coast, from Minehead to Dawlish.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first one. I think that's this one. I've got the T-shirt, and And now they've turned it into a loop. So you start off at Minehead and you go up Porlock, back up to the top of Dunkery, back down to Minehead again. So it's a 50k loop, and that's where I was filmed in the film I Could Never Go Vegan.
Yeah.
With Tom Pickering, he came round with me and
Yeah.
filmed me on the way.
I know he was amazed because every stop you did, you got down and did, was it 50 press ups?
25.
25?
Yeah. I just.
Oh, just 25.
Well, I do press. I mean, when I was in my late 70s, I raised money for the local Taunton Association for the Homeless and the YMCA by doing 1,000 press-ups in an hour.
Really?
I really worked at it and did 1,000 press-ups in an hour. And then I thought, how do I keep that level of fitness? And I challenged myself to do 1,000,000 press-ups between the age of 80 and 90. So I do 1,000 press-ups every 3 days. About 10,000 a month is my aim.
Really?
And I'm up to about 830,000 now.
So is it like just every so often you'll just do so many press ups?
Well,
or you won't do the 1,000 in one go?
well,
surely?
it takes me about half an hour.
What, to do 1,000?
Yeah. I do the first 70. I do sets of 100. The first 70 are quite shallow and quick.
Yeah.
And then for the last 30, I put some real effort into it. So by the time I finished the set of 1,000, I've done 300 decent press ups. So. And that's one reason that I was fit when I started running, because I was doing that. I didn't just get off the couch and start doing it.
No.
I was already pretty fit when I started.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Have you always been into fitness?
Not really. When I stopped running when I was 40, I gave up running aboard a bike, and I used to travel 10 miles there and back, or 10 miles there and 10 miles back to work. So that kept me pretty fit, but I didn't think about doing exercise as a longevity project, which I do now. Mm-hmm. That's one of my goals now, is to live to a ripe old age, and so I work at it now, but I didn't used to. And I was never. I mean, I still have to stop and check myself when somebody calls me an athlete. I think, well, that's not me. That's other people that are athletes.
Yeah.
Roger Bannister's an athlete. Show me age now, but
I know Roger's back.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to call myself an athlete is a bit of a stretch, I think.
Oh, I don't think so. You're a lot fitter than what a lot of people who are a lot younger than yourself are.
Well, that's down to primarily the nutrition.
You think it is definitely the veganism?
There's no doubt about it. We're 98% the same DNA as a gorilla. And they ate plants. So look at the muscles on a gorilla.
Yeah.
So we're herbivores.
Yeah.
But people think we're carnivores.
I was going to say they will argue.
No, we're not. And if you eat meat or meat products, that's poisonous to the body. Mm-hmm. And it's going to cause inflammation. Mm-hmm. And dairy's got IGF-1, which is a cancer-causing hormone, apart from all the other terrible things in it. And so if you avoid that, if you just eat really good, lots of lentils, beans, green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds, rice, potatoes, that's my main diet. That's what
I was just going to ask that. What sort of things do you eat?
Yeah, that's mainly my favourite food, my favourite dish, if you were to pin me down, would be a red lentil dal.
Oh yeah, we like that, don't we?
And I call red lentils a vegan's fast food, because it takes 10 minutes for the lentils to soften. You can have another pan with the onions. You combine the two. You put some spices in, some flavouring, and you can have it with a hunk of bread or wedges or something, and broccoli. And you've got a really good meal there. So that's probably my favourite meal.
Sounds like you do a lot of the cooking.
I do.
Your house.
I do. I like to cook, but I'm very unadventurous. I just do the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
When I see 17 or 18 ingredients in a recipe, I just can't be bothered with it.
I think a lot of people are like that, though.
Yeah.
We like it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are. Yeah. What about when you're leading up to a marathon? Do you have a special regime you go by? Do you eat a certain thing?
Not really.
Do you do sort of training beforehand? Do you step it up?
Well, I'm now 10 days out from doing a 42k walk around London, so I'll try and eat healthily from now until I do it. So I avoid cake and biscuits and chocolate. Well, I'll still have a couple of pieces of chocolate, 70% chocolate a day, but that's good for you.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I try and eat plain and simple, and just lots of. I always have beetroot juice, and in fact, when I go on an event, I'll take there's this concentrated beetroot juice, little phials of beetroot juice. I'll just.
All right, that's handy to know.
Yeah, there's 247 sports groups around the world recommend this.
Beetroot juice.
Yeah, it helps the endothelial cells which line the arteries.
Right, yeah.
It helps the arteries expand, and it produces nitric oxide, which helps the blood speed through your arteries and get the blood to the muscles. So I have one before we start, and then I'll have another one at the halfway stage.
Yeah.
And for sustenance, when I'm going around, I bought some marzipan today, and I've got some medjool dates. I'll take the stone out and put a hunk of marzipan in there. So that's a sweet treat. I'll have one of those every hour.
Yeah.
Just to keep me going.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I've got 2 pockets. They'll have dates in that one and ginger biscuits in this one.
Oh, good. Yeah.
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 And they look after you pretty well. The first stop, I can guarantee you, on a week on Saturday, the first stop they'll have some vegan Danish pastry that they go to, and then they have lunch and that, and they look after you pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it
I don't
sounds
have
like...
anything. I don't have any special regime to leading up to it. I just eat normally.
You just eat healthily.
Healthily, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you know your nutrition. Anyway, I mean, it sounds like you look into it a lot.
Yeah, I've thought of doing the plant-based health professionals nutrition course.
Have you?
Well, I mean, you read it's only takes up starts to learn a foreign language. It's good for the brain. Well, I figure doing a nutrition course would be good for the brain as well, and it would also give me information about.
Yeah.
So I just got to run. It's 300 quid. I got to run that past Teresa and just get her approval for it. And her stock answer, if I say anything like that, is, "What about the new bathroom you promised me?" So, so I actually rang the plumber up this morning and said, "What about a new bathroom?" So,
Right. Oh, so you're trying to keep all bases happy.
Yeah. Well, she's very tolerant. She lets me go away for all these weekends that I do away. She's very tolerant.
But she's not vegan herself, is
No,
she?
she's not. But she is vegan because I do the cooking.
Yeah. But she's very supportive of you, which is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about when you've done an ultramarathon? Are you really tired, and is there a big come down after? You know, do you have like days where you have to go to bed? Like you hear some people, they've run the London Marathon and they have to spend the whole day next day in bed.
No, I don't find it. I do. I am tired after doing an ultra, but I don't feel. I think if you're plant-based, you don't need recovery times like you do if you're an omnivore or something. So I find if I do an ultra set, so I'll do 50k, which is coming up next month. Probably by the Tuesday, I'll go out and do a 5k walk. Something like that, you know. And I have to say, when I first started running, this is about recovery and that. When I first started running, it was in lockdown. The 28th of March was the day I started running, trying to run. I couldn't run 50 yards, but I just kept on at it. And by the end of June, I felt confident enough to do 10k every day for 10 days.
Really?
To fundraise for Dean Farm Sanctuary. And I thought I would get more tired as the week went on. Yeah. Naturally, you know, but as it happened, I didn't. I got stronger. And I did 110k instead of the 100k I set myself.
Really?
In that 10 days. And so, and the other thing is, after the first 2 or 3 of these 10Ks, I'd feel a bit stiff getting out of the easy chair and that. But after about the 4th day, I didn't have any aches or pains. Or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the plant-based nutrition that the body wants and demands and thrives on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what is your longest run?
The longest in one go was 74k along the Thames. last year. I started at 7:30 in the morning and got to 2:30 the following morning, 74k in, and it was I was sleep deprived. I was hallucinating. I kept thinking there were people next to me. And I looked around, there's nobody there. I could even tell you there were two people on this side and one person on this side.
Really?
I kept, yeah, and I could even hear their footsteps in my mind.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, although the path was really level and straight, no deviation, and level, I kept thinking I was going downhill. So because I had my head down forward, looking for any obstacles, I kept sort of as if I was going downhill. And I kept speeding up and have to pull myself back. And then eventually at 74k, I hit this rock on the path and down I went. And I was immediately surrounded by love. There's no other word for it. I was put in touch with a medic at the next rest stop, and he said, "Can you sit up, Paul?" And I said, "I'll try." And immediately a young woman, I found out her name was Natalie, she sat down on the path and put her knees up so I could lean against them. And he said, "Can you stand up?" I said, "Well, I'll give it a go." And this guy, Richard, a Welsh guy, he said, "Hang on to me, Paul." So he put his arm out there and I just hung on to his arm for about 20 minutes. And I found out later on that he was going for a time. He had a time in mind that he wanted to finish.
And he gave that up?
It didn't matter.
Just
It's
to
just
help
somebody
you.
wanted help with that.
Yeah.
And that's the ethos of these ulcers. Everybody wants everybody else to succeed.
Yeah, so like a camaraderie
There
again.
is, there certainly is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, but these aren't necessarily vegan people
Oh,
that
no,
you
no,
run with.
they're
They're just from all walks
I
of life.
used to wonder why is such a nice group on these ultramarathons. Then you realise that most of them, say 95%, do an ultramarathon for a cause, to raise money for a charity. So they're good-hearted people
Yeah.
to begin with, you know. So it's a sort of a self-selected group of nice people.
Yeah. So when you run these marathons, or is it all fundraising?
Yes, it's all for Viva. When I first started,
All of it's for Viva.
Yeah. When I first started, I thought I would alternate between a sanctuary and a campaigning group. But I found out that Viva does it all. They've got their own sanctuary. They got one in Poland. They got other things, and they do investigations into pig farms that are cruel, and they cover all the bases. So I thought I'd just stick with Viva.
Yeah.
It's much easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And Rochelle, this is a question from Rochelle. She wants to know do you have some special shoes that you wear, and do you get blisters after you've done, because you walk them now, don't you?
Yeah. No, I've never had a blister.
You haven't?
No, I'm very lucky. I don't know why. Or
Yeah,
how.
you are.
Yeah, but I've never had a blister, and I've got a pair of Innovate off-road trainers, but generally shoes like these for walking around. These are an old pair, but I've got a newer pair to do the walk with. Yeah, nothing special really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So you must be in really good shape then.
Well,
I'd say.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you run every day, or walk every day now?
I about 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah, I don't go out on a Sunday. We have Sunday at home with my wife, but most days I go out and do 5k. I mean, it's 10k into town along the canal back by the river. I'm very lucky in that regard, so I can go in and do some shopping.
Yeah.
And bring some stuff home and that. So generally about every 5 or 6 days a week I'll go out. Yeah, I try and do about, especially leading up to an event, I'll try and do about 50k a week. Yeah.
Do you take any supplements at all?
B12, which we all should take, and
Yes.
also D3.
Yeah. Those are the two I always say
Yeah,
take.
that's all. Yeah, I don't take anything
That's
else.
all you take, and the rest you get from plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said also as well, Rochelle, she said, do you ever hit the wall? You know, when you get marathon runners,
Yeah.
they say they hit a wall, don't they? Do
No,
you ever get that?
No, I've never had that. But mind you, walking, I don't suppose you would. I think I've said 70% of people who do ultramarathons walk them, and I've never felt the wall.
No. What about running in all weathers? Say if it's raining or snowing, are you still happy to do it?
If it's raining when I get out there, I quite enjoy it. But if it's raining, I'll probably give it a miss. I'm very, I would say weak-willed, but I'm a bit soft on that regard. But what I can do, when I was going around the 20-yard track in my back garden, if it was raining and I couldn't do it, I'd run around the dining room table, which is 10
Right.
10 yards instead of 20 in the garden.
Yeah.
And I'll still do that. When I do my my press-ups, I'll do 100 press-ups. I'll mark down what I've done, and then I'll go around the table until it's time to do my next 10 press-ups, 2.5, 3 minutes, and do another 100 press-ups, and then I'll walk around again. So by the time I finish, I've probably done 1,500 meters by the, just, yeah.
You worn the carpet?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, you always laugh at me, don't you? Because sometimes, if it's been really bad weather, I like to do my at least 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
And I'll just walk it indoors. If it's really bad weather, then I'll just walk it indoors.
Yeah, that's what I
And
do.
we haven't got carpets, we've got wooden floor, but I'm sure they're worn a bit.
Yeah.
So, but there you go. How many, so you're going to do, is it 100 ultra marathons before you're 100, did you say?
Yeah, that's the goal.
And what are you on now? What number?
25. That
25?
yeah, that
So you still got 75 to go?
yeah. This was my 25th medal that I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
I was about 160 miles along the Appalachian Trail,
Wow.
and it just motivates me to get out there. I set myself a time to do it in a certain number of weeks, and it motivates me to get out in between ultras. I don't need one. I'm not on one at the moment because I'm motivated. I've got to do 42k in 10 days' time, so that's the only motivation I need to get out there and train.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more training you do off the trail, the easier it is when you get on the
Yeah,
trail.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody else that's like you, that's vegan, roughly similar age,
I don't know.
and has got the enthusiasm?
Well, having said that, there's a guy called Mike Fremont. Have you heard of Mike Fremont?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard of Harvey Lewis, the American ultra runner who's
No.
vegan?
I know I probably should have done, but
Well,
yeah.
he's a school teacher. He's in his late 40s, I guess, and he combines a full-time teaching career with going out and doing 200. He does the Badwater thing. He was a 200-mile backyard runs and all that. So he does a lot. And he's got a friend called Mike Fremont, who's 103. He's got his own canoe. He does about 5k 2 or 3 times a week. He's got a pull-up bar. He does 25 pull-ups every day.
Wow. 103?
103, and he went vegan in his 60s when he had cancer and got rid of his cancer by going vegan.
Really?
And so he's my hero. And he's just bought himself a new pair of running shoes at 103.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that magic?
That is amazing.
Yes, have a look at him at Mike Fremont.
I will do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Now, why I ask about, does anybody else, you know of anybody else that does it? I was thinking more closer to home with you, because I've got a couple of people I know, ladies, that are octogenarians or coming up to that age. And they say that they find it hard to find anybody their age. Sounds like I'm matching you up, doesn't it? Please, I don't want to frighten your wife now. It's not that at all.
Let's see this video.
Yeah, not at all. But they find it hard. They're both married, actually. Well, one of them is, but the other one's got a partner. But they both find it really hard to find friends of a similar age that are into veganism.
Yeah.
And they say that, like, they really don't want to mix with anybody of their age group. Do you have any, not necessarily into running, but veganism of your age?
No. Well,
Because I think that as you get older, it's probably more rare if you're vegan.
yeah.
Because your generation is sort of,
I've got a group of 30 friends that I go away on this walking weekend every 6 months. And I've been banging the vegan drum for quite a few years. And finally, I got an email from one of them a friend called Mick. He said, "I've taken your words on board, Paul." He said, "and I've gone vegan."
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So
Oh,
that's
well done.
so that's the first one who's ever come out and said he's gone vegan. I don't know, 30 or so, but the rest of them, there used to be meat on. I used to have to take my own meals I'd take a meal for the Friday and a meal for Saturday, because they would have meat-based meals.
Right.
And now they're providing vegan meals for a group of about 6 vegetarians and that. So there's about half a dozen of us. So I don't really have to take my own food anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Which is progress, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're just they well, that's one of my big regrets, is that my friends don't see the world the way I do. The cruelty involved, you know.
Do you think they ever will?
I live in hope, Linda. I live in hope.
Yeah, that's what I always say, that I
yeah,
live in hope. Because
yeah.
do you think we'll ever live... I don't think it'll be in our lifetime.
No, I don't
but
think
do you
so
think
either.
there'll ever be a predominantly vegan world?
No, it's hard to envisage, really. The only exception to that is with this artificial meats. If once that becomes cheaper for McDonald's to buy that rather than actual flesh, they're only out for the money. They'll buy that. So
Yeah.
So it'll all be plant burgers. So
Yeah.
So that's my hope, really. That it's not vegan education that's going to do it, but it might be the fact that it's cheaper for them to buy the artificial, the fake,
Yeah.
so-called fake meats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't ever go back to fake meats. The
I-
artificial, like
well,
you're talking about the lab-grown meats, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally. I don't see the need for it, but I do have Richmond meat-free sausages, for instance, and I've got no hang-ups about a Greg's vegan hot dog. Sorry, sausage roll. So things like that, I'll quite happily.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have the lab-grown meat.
Not particularly.
No.
No, it doesn't hold any appeal to me.
No.
You know, I find really good enjoyment in lentils and beans
Yeah.
and stuff. And I need to invest. I need to look at black bean burgers, making my own burgers out of beans and stuff. But I don't.
I was going to say, if I find a recipe, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure I've probably got a recipe somewhere. Black
Yeah.
beans.
I think that's one of them that people tout. Say you can make your own burgers out of. Yeah.
I've done beetroot burgers before.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not too bad. But I couldn't go for because a lot of people ask me that, because there's no animal cruelty involved, would you go back to eating meat? Be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy meat anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I think that plant-based stuff, obviously, like you say, is good for you anyway. We're not meant to eat meat, are
No,
we?
we're not. No.
We're not.
No.
So,
anything along those lines would be a treat. I mean, there's a new chicken produce, isn't it, called This Isn't Chicken.
that's
Have you-
right. Yeah,
It's
this
really,
isn't.
It's really nice. And so
You have that, don't you? This isn't.
it's really nice, isn't it? So that's
They do sausages as well.
Yeah,
Burgers, I think. Do they?
I know they do sausages in the chicken.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
expanding their range, aren't they? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very good. So that's
And if you have Beyond, I don't know whether you ever tried the Beyond Burger.
I have, yeah.
They're very close to meat.
They are.
to
They're
me.
too close.
To the point
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
them, because I don't like the taste of meat anyway.
Yeah. Well, years ago, I tried some corn fish fingers, which are vegan, and they were too close to fish. I couldn't eat them. Yeah.
What about, I think the last big question is, and I know Rochelle usually likes to ask this one, and you may have already answered it, is if there is a seed that you can implant into a meat eater to become vegan, what would it be? What would you say to somebody who's a meat eater to become vegan?
I would first of all ask if they agree that we can live without eating animal products. If they agree to that, then by the very fact that they're eating meat, I mean they're against unnecessary cruelty. which everybody's against unnecessary cruelty, then by the virtue of the fact that they're still eating meat, even though they know that they don't have to, that's unnecessary cruelty. And I just want people to, their morals are against eating, being cruel, and I want them to align their actions with their morals.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Is there any questions? I know that you said there may be questions that you want to ask.
I can't think of any now.
I know. We'll go away from here and we'll think of loads.
One of the memes that I like that I've seen is this young woman says to her partner, he says, why did you become vegan? And she says, well, I thought about it. And he says, yeah. And she said, well, that's it. I thought about it.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
One question I will ask you, you're obviously a real positive person, you're an inspiration. Were you like this before you become vegan, or was it becoming vegan sort of brought your personality out the way you are?
I think it's when I went vegan for the animals, and I found out that I could be active on their behalf.
Yeah.
That I became more content with myself, I think, a happier person. Yeah.
You look like a man what's happy with your life, happy with
I have.
your life. And that, I mean, that's, if you can go to bed and wake up in the morning like that, what more do you want in life?
Indeed, yeah. And that's, you can sleep easy. The conscience, your conscience is easy because you're not harming animals. In fact, I'm actively working to save harm to animals. So,
you definitely are.
So that solves my conscience, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda always says that when with food is guilt-free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that the endorphins that make you happy, the happiness hormone, whatever it is, I can't remember, it comes from the gut, comes from your microbiome. So if you're eating a healthy diet, rather, you're more likely to be content and happy than if you don't.
Wasn't it you were saying something earlier about that with the misery, obviously, that animals endure comes out in you?
The stress hormones that are present at the moment of death that an animal is flooded with, the body is flooded with these hormones.
I've heard this.
And then if you ingest those as a meat eater, then you're going to take those hormones on board, and you're going to become more violent, I think. Yeah, I think that's part of it.
I think so.
Yeah.
And you were talking about earlier that you gain more friends. See, I knew we could carry on this. You gain more friends since you've gone vegan with like your activism work, obviously through Viva. You actually go out on the streets and do with a Viva outreach, I take it.
Viva outreach, and also We the Free.
Oh, you do We the Free as well?
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was on the film, wasn't it? We the Free.
That's right, yeah. With James Shipway, down in Exeter, yeah. So I've since I started in 2018, I think it was, with Anonymous for the Voiceless, I've kept it up, going out, outreaching people. Yeah.
How do you find it? Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. Yeah, I find when I did a degree in my 60s, when I retired, I did a degree in early development.
In his 60s. I was going to say, you're a man who leaves stuff late, aren't you? But yeah, most people would be like, I'm going to retire, I'm 60. But yeah, you go and do a degree. But yeah.
Well, there's a guy, a Scottish professor with a name like George Giarchi. He was Scottish, with a Scottish accent, of Italian descent. And he said only 2 words, just 2 words, only connect. And I like to connect with people.
Yeah. And you do it very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like that. So if you can build up a rapport with somebody, and I'll say to somebody, he say, well, I like my meat. Say, well, I used to like my meat, mate. I was a big meat eater, and I go into all the details of what I used to eat, and just get alongside somebody before you start asking, how did it feel when you saw that?
Yeah.
I know you didn't like what you saw. What is it that you don't? Why do you not like what you see there? What is it about it? Well, it makes me feel bad. What is it about it that makes you feel bad? And sort of drill into it, find out why they don't. Because if you look at all the, I've often thought this, look at all the animal films, they're all escaped animals. And
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
root for them, don't we? All want them to get away from that
Sure.
bad farmer.
Yeah.
Because we're as human beings, we're programmed to look after the other animals, except when it comes to eating the damn things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think, well, it's just programmed in us from a
Exactly,
young
yeah.
age, isn't it,
But
to eat meat?
It is, yeah. And if you ask a youngster what he thinks about eating an animal, they'll be horrified.
I'm looking to maybe, because Animal Aid apparently are going to do it in schools. They're trying to get a programme up to
Yeah.
educate in schools, because I've often said that they should educate in
Of
schools.
course, yeah.
So it's voluntary, so I'm going to try and do
Okay.
that if I
Oh,
can.
I'd be interested to hear
Yeah.
how it goes, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, you obviously enjoy the vegan activism.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy talking to people, and I love going down to Exeter, say, on the train. I can get on the platform, wait for the train. There's a group of young people there, young lads, and I'll walk over to them and say, "Hi lads, you look like a fit young group. Any runners amongst you?" You know, talking about my running back, and one of them will say, "Oh, he is." You know, they all point to somebody else, and say, "Yeah, I do a bit of running. Ever thought of doing ultramarathons?" No, I couldn't do an ultramarathon. Well, I do them. Do you think you're not as fit as me? And they all
I bet they don't believe you, do they?
don't know. And I've got a spare, not this one, the medal I'm carrying around now, but I got a spare one from the Thames Path a couple of years ago, and I pulled that out and said, "This is what I do. I collect these," and they're all interested. And then I got them to take a picture of my leaflet. You haven't seen my leaflet, have you?
No.
I carry this around with me to do some outreach with, and then I'll do some outreach with them, you know, and say, "Well, have you thought of going vegan?" And tell you about the film The Game Changers.
Yeah.
About
I've
how-
not seen that, but everybody keeps saying to me, watch it. And
Yeah.
I need to. I need to
You
find
do.
time to watch it. Oh, we'll take a picture of this. Oh, look at that.
It's got on the bottom. It's got Challenge
Yeah.
22,
Yeah.
and on the back it's got.
Well, this is a couple of years old, isn't it? 'Cause it says you're 86. But yeah.
That film turned Lewis Hamilton vegan, and he put his dog on a vegan diet and cured his dog of arthritis.
That's right, yeah. I've heard of this.
Yeah, and The Game Changers, a good film,
Yeah.
which is about top
Have-
athletes going vegan.
Have you watched the other films?
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched that.
I was going to say, that's probably the one I wouldn't watch.
I watch bits of it when I'm doing outreach. Cause
Yeah,
that's
they
what
do.
we-
They use
yeah,
that, don't they?
yeah,
In We the
yeah.
Free. We had this conversation last week. Yeah.
But if you go on my blog, No Bread is an Island, and you look down the left-hand side, you get my chocolate cake recipe.
Oh, right. I'll bear that in mind. If you don't mind, I'll put the blog address on.
Of course, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll take a picture of this before we finish. Oh, wow. You are an absolute inspiration. And I was going to ask you something else, and it's gone completely out of my head. I know we're going to go away from here, and we're going to go, we should have asked him this, and we should have asked him that. It's just so many questions. But I'm hopefully this won't be the last time we see you.
Okay.
In 5 years' time, we'll have a part 2.
Yeah,
5 years.
Where are you guys from? Where do you live?
We're from Newbury. Well, we're both from Oxford originally, but we live in Newbury.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the first time I saw you was in the I Could Never Go Vegan.
Yeah,
And I was really blown away. One of the first things I said was, that film is absolutely brilliant, and I can't believe that this man who's in his 80s is running ultra marathons. And he jumps down every 5 minutes and he's doing press ups. And you didn't believe me, did you? You thought, oh, well, yeah. And now, yeah, he's seen it for himself because we got the film. And then we saw More Like Paul, which actually brought tears to my eyes because it just, like you say, I just wish if everybody would listen, and not just for the animals, but for their health as well.
Yeah.
Went vegan.
And the planet.
And the planet.
Yeah.
Well, it would save the NHS.
Yeah.
And the planet, like you say, the animals.
Yeah.
It's just, covers so much, doesn't
It
it?
does, yeah. I still can't get my head around what we do to animals. It's just to,
Horrendous.
It is horrendous, and we do it without a second. People do it without a second thought. They're just a commodity. It's like a tin of beans or an iPhone or something. Just a commodity, just something to make money on.
Yeah.
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 You find all these farmers that with mad cow disease, all the farmers' profits were going, oh, I love my animals. No, you don't. You love the profit they bring.
Yeah, of course.
That's what you love, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm so pleased that you took the time to speak to us. And like I say, I'm in absolute awe of you. And I know you are too, aren't you? We just, I mean, when I saw you on the film, I thought, he only looks in his 60s. Now I've seen you in real life. I know they didn't do any brush up on you. And then when I spoke to you today on the phone, I got off the phone and I'm like, he doesn't sound old at all. Not at all.
Well, if you were to expand that to the whole population, suppose everybody was like me. Suppose everybody was on a plant-based diet, which is what should be like. We should all be living healthily into old age. Yeah. I mean, do you see the blue zones?
Yeah.
Dan Buettner, and he followed these 5 zones, which are now down to 1. Which is Loma Linda in America. The rest are all caught up with Big Macs and that.
Yeah.
But
I know Okinawa was one of them, wasn't
Yeah,
it? And
yeah.
they had no cases of dementia.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
none of them seem to be obese, but now they've got all the fast food restaurants there, apparently. The younger generation are obese and what have you now.
I think way back when I first started looking at it, it's either Esselstyn or T. Colin Campbell was working in a sugar factory, a sugar producing, was it sugar or it might have been pineapples in Hawaii, and he was the camp doctor. He did all the medicine, and the people who came from Korea, all the people came from Korea, were healthy and they never had any problems. But the next generation had more and more problems, and then the third generation were just the same as the Americans, the standard American diet. But the original immigrants were eating rice and very little.
Yeah.
Vegetables, but very little animal products. Yeah. And the other study, the China study, where they looked at 400 odd provinces in China, and the nearer they got to Shanghai and Peking, the more ill health in the population. The further away they got, the healthier the population were.
Oh, right.
The China study, well worth looking at.
Yeah, that's interesting. I
Yeah.
will look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking of eating healthy, though, what I was going to ask you is that I know you did the challenge of, was it baking, was it 30 cakes in
31 cakes in 31 days in July.
Now, that was for...
It was fundraising for Viva again.
Oh, for Viva?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was, I didn't realise that was for Viva.
Yeah. Well, everything I do is for Viva. So, yeah.
Because didn't you take the cakes into the hospital?
I took it to 31 departments in 31 days in July. Just 31 departments in Musgrove Park. Yeah, it takes me, I mean, I used to do 3 at a time. Take me 40, 50 minutes to do 3 cakes. And then the following morning I just take them out there. I get the miles in because I need to get the training in, you know. So, and I was fundraising for Viva, so I was ticking a few boxes at the same time. Yeah. And last year I did it with the 31 care homes. I went to 31 different care homes in Taunton. Because care home staff are the most unregarded, most important members of our community, the staff looking after our old folks.
Yes,
And
we
they're
know
the
this
most,
firsthand.
the least regarded.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
And, you know,
Standing job.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
father's in a care home, isn't he? And Rochelle actually, who should have been with us today, she worked in a care home over COVID
Yeah.
and beyond. She enjoyed it so much working there.
Yeah.
But like you say, they get minimal pay.
Yeah.
And the stuff that she had to endure was unbelievable. I mean, it was basically nursing and beyond.
Yeah. So I thought, what can I do? I can, you know, let's show them some love, and I took these
Bless
cakes.
you. Yeah.
And this year we thought, well, I got 2 friends. One I met in front of a meat-free cabinet in Aldi. She was looking for meat-free Kiev, no chicken Kievs or something.
Yeah.
And we we sort of met each other over this cafe. And she found out she worked at Musgrove. And then her and a friend, we met at the cafe down here. We discussed what I could do. And they decided on these 31 departments.
All right.
And they guided me around. They found 3 that were close together, so I wouldn't have to go. And then they just guided me, told me to go
Yeah.
have a look at this 3 today and that 3 tomorrow, and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They were very handy, very useful.
And when you say you fundraise, what do? Do you get sponsors?
Yeah, I put it out there, just giving. If you think what I do has got any merit and you can spare a few quid.
How do we find out about this?
Well, it's
Is
on,
it on
it's on my blog.
on your blog, right? I'll
Yeah,
put the
It's on with more
the
like,
address up.
if you go on my blog, my Ultras Challenge, it's the first one you'll see. And the first couple of lines are more like Paul, and also my fundraising for justgiving.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you more than give, Paul. It does. It brings tears to my eyes. It really does. I think you really do.
Oh, well,
Yeah. You
thank
give to the animals. You give to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found out later on in life that pretty much it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
Which when we were kids, we thought, well, what a rubbish that is. You know, it's better to receive. But no, and it's not just giving material things; it's giving of yourself.
Yeah. I think you're right.
And it all comes back to love, really.
Yeah.
You mentioned the word love. Yeah, it comes back to love. And if you're giving, you're happy. It makes you happier as well. You're
Yeah.
talking about happiness, yeah.
And I think the vegan community, especially,
Yeah.
is very a loving community.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we find that with the outreach,
Yeah,
for sure. The vegan friends that we've got
yeah.
through that. So,
And I was telling somebody, I've never had so many hugs as when I became a vegan.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think you are just an absolute inspiration. You really are, and I'm so pleased that you took the time to speak to us today.
Well, it's been my pleasure. It's been lovely meeting you and talking to you.
And if you don't mind another hug.
Well, certainly, no, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
You can have one as well, mate. Oh, come on.
Oh, a hug too. Hey, land hug.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that was Paul Yude.
Yeah, what an inspiration.
Absolutely amazing man. Absolutely amazing. He's a real legend.
Yeah.
I think he's an absolute example for everybody, don't you?
Yeah, role model. You know, there's so many people that out there that you just think, gosh, you know, take a leaf out of his book.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff about keeping fit. He knows his stuff about nutrition. Talking to him, he just, he really knows his stuff.
But he's so, he comes across as so welcoming, so positive. You can just really feel the warmth just sat here watching that interview, can't you? He's such a warm sort of man, really, isn't he?
Definitely. I mean, the love and the kindness kind of oozes out of him. And he did actually say, as we were walking away, that he wanted to promote well-being and kindness and love to the rest of the world. And he certainly does that.
Yeah, and he's such a giver, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yes, he is. I mean, that thing with the cake, taking the cake's 31 cakes to 31 departments. I think it's 31 departments over 31 days.
Yeah.
At the local hospital.
But he also done the same with a care home as well, didn't he?
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah.
But he even found time that day to bake us a cake.
Yeah.
He was a little bit late to the interview, which we didn't mind. But to apologise, he baked us that cake, which was
Such a
lovely. I
sweet
will say
man.
that.
Yeah.
The chocolate cake was lovely. I'd really recommend looking it up on his
Yeah, because
website.
he's got a blog, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how, if you do want to donate to his ultramarathons, go on his Just Giving page, and that's via his blog. The blog website address is at the bottom of the screen as we speak now. He's a genuinely nice and humble guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naturally like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just some people. It's a bit of a front, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But he's just through and through like that.
Yeah, he was so kind. Yeah, you could really feel. I must admit, I was a little bit nervous because, as you are, and especially as you weren't there, when I went to interview, I was a bit nervous. But he just makes you feel so at ease. And you just,
Comfortable.
yeah. And we thought the conversation perhaps wouldn't go on very long, but it just went on. We could have carried on talking to him.
Yeah. And then I know I've got some questions I'd love to ask him now.
Yeah.
You know, seeing that. So.
Well, we will have to do a part 2, and next time you come along.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But we must just quickly say that your dad is doing an ultramarathon walk with him, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's embracing his vegan lifestyle.
Yes. And we will put posts up on Facebook about it, loads over the next couple of weeks. But I think it's September the 13th. He's doing the Thames Path Challenge with Paul Yude. They're both doing it. So if you could both sponsor them, we'll put links in the description. So any donations will be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
All the donations go to sponsorship goes to Viva.
Yeah.
So yeah, worthwhile cause, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I suppose we'll have to wrap it up now
Yeah.
for this week.
Yeah.
And very good interview, I think.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's just a shame you couldn't be there, but next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so if you're going out today,
Well, it's tonight, isn't it?
well, we are actually filming in the evening, but
Yeah.
you never know. People might be watching it in the day.
I suppose if you're in America, if you're going out today,
Yeah. What have you got to do?
be kind.
And if you're staying in, be kind to yourself, to the planet, to the animals, and go vegan.
And eat food. Good food.
Yeah, good vegan food. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.